September 18th is not just another night, it's the final gate. For the chosen of September, the last test spiritual of 2025 arrives tonight, and missing it could cost everything. No second chances, no rewinds, no waiting for next year. This is the night where destiny demands proof. The prophecy warns, past and blessings pour out like a flood, fail, and doors slam shut for years. The weight of this moment is terrifying, but also thrilling, because it's the night your future is decided. Here's the brutal truth. Destiny doesn't knock politely. It arrives once, sharply, and then it's gone. Many chosen ones will wake tomorrow wondering why nothing changed, not realizing they failed while they slept. That's the danger of this awakening of September 2025. It feels ordinary until you realize you missed the extraordinary, and by then, it's too late. The message urgent is this: tonight is not optional. It's life or delay, blessing or regret, alignment or exile. Think about how many times you've been close to breakthrough only to watch it slip away. Those almost moments weren't accidents. They were previews of this night. And tonight is different. This is the climax, the final test. If you let comfort distract you, if you ignore the signs, you will watch the prophecy of September pass you by. And let's be clear, delay doesn't just pause blessings, it kills them. That's why hesitation tonight is the most dangerous choice of all. Imagine this. The harvest field is ready, heavy with fruit, but if you don't move now, it rots where it stands. That's the urgency of September 18th. The chosen ones who stay alert will gather what they've waited decades for. Those who relax, who think tomorrow will do, will lose it all. There is no tomorrow in prophecy, there is only tonight. This is the razor's edge where destiny divides the faithful from the careless, the prepared from the distracted. But even in the terror, there's hope. For the chosen who rise to this moment, blessings will crash over them like a tidal wave. Families restored, health revived, peace restored, breakthroughs released. It will feel like decades of delay collapsing in a single night. That's the paradox of the last test spiritual. The threat of total loss carries the promise of total victory. September's prophecy says, the higher the risk, the greater the reward. And tonight, both stand before you. So the question isn't if the test will come, it's already here. The question is, will you pass or will you fail? Chosen ones, hear this urgent call. Tonight is your line in the sand. Fail, and you'll spend years haunted by what if, pass, and the discovery of destiny unfolds instantly. There is no middle ground. This is the night. And if you're brave enough to keep listening, I'll show you how to see the signals, avoid the traps, and secure the blessings meant only for the chosen. September 18th is not just another night, it's the final countdown. For the chosen ones of September, this is the last test spiritual of 2025, and missing it means closing the door for years to come. Every delay, every disappointment, every unanswered prayer was stacking up to this decisive moment. You can't treat tonight as ordinary because destiny won't wait. The prophecy of the September shift says, blessings are ready, but only those who pass will claim them. One hesitation, one blind step, and the chance is gone. Think about it like standing at a train station. The train carrying your blessings pulls in only once. If you hesitate, if you're distracted, it leaves, and you're stuck watching opportunity disappear into the night. That's exactly what's happening now with the chosen of September. The alignment of destiny is urgent. This is not about tomorrow, not about next week. It's about tonight. If you pass, discovery opens. If you fail, delays and closed doors follow. There's no replay button when it comes to prophecy. The signs have already been showing themselves. Restless sleep, sudden arguments, unexpected obstacles. These weren't random, they were warnings. The test always hides in plain sight, and those who shrug it off risk losing everything meant for them. The awakening of September 2025 isn't about noise. It's about sharp awareness. Those who ignore it will wake up tomorrow the same, but without the blessings that were meant for them tonight. That's why urgency matters. This is the thin line between delay and breakthrough. A man once told me how he missed his September calling. He felt the energy shift, but he brushed it off. That single night of doubt cost him years of delay. Opportunities vanished, relationships soured, health weakened. He said, if I had known it was my last test, I would have chosen differently. Don't make the same mistake. If you're 60 or 70, You already know time doesn't play fair. Every season counts, but this September night carries eternal weight. It's now or never. Imagine being on stage and the spotlight turns to you. It's your line, your moment, your role, and if you stay silent, the play moves on without you. That's what the prophecy of September is warning. The chosen have only tonight to step up. Blessings delayed mean blessings denied because destiny doesn't wait for hesitation. The test is silent, subtle, but the impact is thunderous. Miss it, and you'll spend years wondering, what if? Pass it, and the floodgates of alignment break open. And here lies the razor's edge. The last test won't knock twice. It comes dressed as small decisions. Do you speak, forgive, release, trust, act? Each choice is loaded with eternal consequence. Tonight is the urgent call, the one night where chosen ones must stay awake, alert, ready. The prophecy says, those who fail will see doors slam shut, but those who pass will step into discovery, blessings, and destiny. And yet, this is only the beginning, because the deeper trial waits just beyond tonight. Most people miss the signs not because they're blind, but because they're distracted. The chosen ones of September don't get flashing neon warnings. Instead, they receive whispers. A sudden tension in the home, a restless dream that feels too real, or even an unexpected delay that forces patience. All are part of the last test spiritual. These signals feel ordinary, but they carry extraordinary meaning. Tonight, they stack up like clues, and ignoring them can mean losing the very blessings the prophecy of September promised. Think of it like a coded message. When the universe wants to reveal destiny, it rarely shouts, it leaves breadcrumbs. For the chosen of the September season, these breadcrumbs might show up as random phone calls, deja vu moments, or a sudden nudge in the heart that says, stop, listen. Those who follow them discover alignment. Those who dismiss them, they walk past the discovery of destiny. That's why urgency remains, but with it comes hope. The very fact that you notice the signs means you're already closer to victory. There was a story of a woman, 68 years old, who kept waking at 3:33 a.m. for weeks. She thought it was insomnia, until one night she realized it was her wake-up call, the signal of her spiritual awakening in September 2025. That hour of silence became her prayer time, and within days, answers came that changed her life. That's how the prophecy of September works, subtle yet undeniable. If you've been experiencing strange timings or nudges, it's not random, it's the test unfolding. Now, don't mistake these signs for punishment. They are invitations. The chosen ones aren't being tested to be crushed, but to be crowned. A test is evidence of trust. The universe doesn't test those who don't carry destiny. So if your September feels heavier than usual, take it as proof. Blessings are close. The urgency is real, but so is the reward. That balance keeps you alert, yet hopeful, sober, yet expectant. Passing means stepping into a chapter you've been waiting decades for. Picture it like a hidden doorway. You walk by the same hallway every day, but tonight the door appears. If you hesitate, it vanishes. If you enter, you step into discovery, into blessings delayed but now released. The signs of the last test are that hidden door, and the chosen ones who are sensitive, alert, and courageous will see it. The rest will pass by in ignorance, wondering why the prophecy of the September change never came true for them. So tonight, don't just watch the clock, watch your spirit. The signals of the September test are everywhere, but only those awake can decode them. That's why chosen ones must pay attention, not just to the external world, but to the internal whispers. It's urgent, yes, but it's also hopeful. The signs are your allies, not your enemies, and if you catch them, you'll discover that this is only the beginning, because after signals comes the unveiling of the hidden triggers themselves. Here's the twist. While signals guide you forward, triggers are set to pull you back. The chosen ones of September face not just a test of recognition, but a trap of distraction. These triggers aren't obvious. They often look like small annoyances or harmless habits. A careless argument, a surge of anger, or a moment of doubt. All can derail the last test spiritual. Passing means avoiding these hidden snares. Failing means delays, wasted seasons, and blessings slipping through your fingers. Think about it like landmines in a field. The path to discovery is laid out, but if you step carelessly, the explosion doesn't destroy your destiny, it just delays it. That's why the prophecy of September warns, avoid the triggers. The chosen ones must walk carefully, staying calm when others panic, forgiving when offense rises, choosing patience when impatience tempts. Each avoided trigger is a step closer to alignment with destiny, and each trigger embraced becomes another year lost. A man once shared his story. He was 71, and every September he noticed blessings slip away. When asked why, he admitted he always gave in to bitterness. Family arguments would peak in September, and instead of silence, he chose anger. He didn't realize it was his test. Only when he chose forgiveness did his destiny finally open. That's the urgency of tonight. The triggers you face aren't random, they're precise, they're custom tailored to test the chosen, and they demand your attention. Now, here's the hopeful side. Avoiding triggers isn't about perfection, it's about awareness. If you know impatience is your weakness, tonight you stay patient. If doubt is your shadow, tonight you choose trust. Awareness is your shield. The awakening of September 2025 comes not to break you, but to elevate you. By dodging the traps, you're proving you're ready for what's next. And chosen ones who stay alert will not only avoid delay, but accelerate blessings meant for them. Think of it like a chess game. Your opponent sets traps not to beat you instantly, but to lure you into mistakes. The test works the same way, except the opponent isn't a person, it's the unseen energy of delay. Tonight, triggers will appear in conversations, moods, and even sudden distractions, but if the chosen recognize them, they flip the board in their favor. What was meant to trap them becomes proof they're prepared. That's how prophecy transforms into reality. And here's the real urgency. The triggers will come strongest when you're closest to breakthrough. That's why so many fail right before victory. They relax too soon, but you won't, because you're awake, chosen, and prepared. Avoid the traps tonight, and the discovery of destiny unfolds without delay. This isn't the end of the story, it's the sharpening of the battle. And soon, we'll talk about the mindset that guarantees not just survival, but triumph in this final September test. The chosen ones of September aren't asked to be flawless, they're asked to be focused. Mindset is the difference between passing and failing the last test, spiritual of 2025. You can't fight September's awakening with fear or doubt. Those only fuel delay. The prophecy says, victory comes to those who believe before they see. And here's the paradox. The final test doesn't measure talent or age, but faith and focus. That's why your mindset tonight is your greatest weapon, stronger than any distraction. Think of it like planting a seed. You don't see roots forming underground, but you trust they're growing. The same applies to September's chosen. Blessings may not appear instantly, but the alignment of destiny is happening the moment you choose to trust instead of panic. This mindset guards you against triggers and unlocks discovery. Doubt whispers, what if nothing happens? But the prophecy of September answers, everything shifts when you decide to believe, even before evidence arrives. P. I once met a woman in her 60s who had faced endless delays: finances, health, family. She told me the turning point wasn't a miracle falling from the sky. It was the night she decided to think differently. She replaced worry with expectation, and suddenly doors opened. That's what mindset does. It either locks or unlocks blessings. The chosen of September must embrace this mental shift. Tonight isn't about strength of body, it's about strength of thought. That's the real battlefield. Hope is not naive, it's strategy. A hopeful mindset doesn't ignore reality, it redefines it. The prophecy of the September awakening says, those who carry hope attract alignment, while those who carry fear attract delay. That's why guarding your mind tonight is urgent. Feed it with truth, prayer, meditation, and gratitude. These aren't cliches, they're weapons. Chosen ones who stand guard over their thoughts pass the test not by accident but by design. That's how destiny is secured. Picture your mind as the control tower of an airport. Planes, thoughts, are always circling, waiting for permission to land. If you allow fear, anger, or doubt to land, they disrupt the runway. But if you grant permission only to faith, clarity, and courage, blessings land smoothly. That's the discipline required tonight. The chosen test isn't about resisting thoughts, it's about managing them. One decision of the mind can shift an entire season of destiny. That's how powerful tonight really is. And remember this, mindset doesn't just win tonight's test, it shapes tomorrow's discovery. The chosen of September aren't passing for bragging rights, They're passing to unlock blessings that ripple into generations. That's why your thoughts tonight matter more than you realize. Guard them, align them, and let them prove you're ready. Because once mindset is secured, the next stage arrives. The actual blessings of September, the discovery of destiny you've been waiting decades to see unfold. Let's be clear, the September test isn't about loss, it's about release. The prophecy of September promises that chosen ones who pass unlock blessings delayed for years. These aren't small rewards, they're life altering. Relationships restored, finances healed, health renewed, peace multiplied. That's the discovery of destiny, the moment when what you carried in faith finally materializes. The urgency of tonight is high because the blessings waiting are too great to risk missing, and they're closer than you think. I once knew a man who had prayed for breakthrough for decades. Nothing seemed to move until he passed a September test. Within weeks, the doors that were locked flung open. He inherited land, reconciled with his family, and even found new strength in his health. He said, "It all came at once." That's how destiny operates. It delays, then delivers in abundance. The chosen ones of September 2025 will experience the same flood of blessings if they endure tonight. But here's the key: blessings don't just fall into your lap, they flow toward the prepared. That's why the test matters. It proves readiness. Imagine the discovery of destiny as a river, and the test as the dam. Pass, and the water bursts forth. Fail, and the dam stays shut. The prophecy is clear: chosen ones who overcome will see blessings beyond measure. This isn't a distant hope, it's the immediate result of alignment. September is about release, not delay. Now, don't think of blessings only as material. The awakening of September brings peace that calms decades of storms. It brings clarity to decisions, strength to weary bodies, and reconciliation to broken families. These blessings are treasures no money can buy. The chosen who pass the test walk lighter, freer, stronger, and while urgency presses, hope shines brighter. The blessings aren't dangling far away. They're at the door, waiting for tonight's obedience to unlock them. Picture it as harvest season. You've planted seeds of patience, endurance, and faith for years. Tonight's test is the last rain before the harvest. The chosen ones who hold steady will wake to abundance. That's why September's prophecy is urgent. This is not about surviving, it's about reaping. The discovery of destiny isn't just symbolic, it's tangible, it's personal, it's undeniable. And for those who endure, blessings will come so swiftly it will feel like decades of waiting ended in a moment. But here's where it gets even deeper. Blessings aren't the end of the story, they're the beginning of responsibility. The chosen ones of September receive not just for themselves, but to impact others. That's why passing tonight's test matters. It multiplies destiny beyond your life. And just when you think you've arrived, a new revelation rises. The final prophecy of September doesn't stop at blessings. It carries a warning of what happens if you hesitate at the edge of discovery. Here's the truth: blessings don't only appear after tests, they vanish if tests are ignored. The prophecy of the chosen ones of September warns that tonight's last test spiritual of 2025 is a crossroads. One path leads to discovery, alignment of destiny, and blessings unlocked. The other leads to years of silence, delay, and regret. This is not meant to scare, it's a message urgent for the chosen. September's awakening has reached its climax, and hesitation now means forfeiting the destiny meant for you. Imagine standing on a bridge. Ahead, you see light and abundance, behind, only shadows of past mistakes. But the bridge is shaking, and you have one choice: step forward in faith or collapse under fear. That's exactly where the chosen ones stand tonight. The change of September's energy doesn't come twice in a season, it peaks now. If you're waiting for another chance, hear this: the prophecy says tonight is the chance. Delay is not neutral, it's destructive. I once spoke with a man, 73, who admitted that he ignored the signs during a past September awakening. He felt the restlessness, the dreams, the nudge to act, but he shrugged it off. For years, nothing moved. Relationships stalled, opportunities closed, health declined. He said it was the biggest regret of his life. Don't let that be your story. The chosen of September are called to act, not to drift. This final test is mercy disguised as urgency. But here's the mental trigger to remember: fear is the enemy's favorite weapon. If he can convince you that tonight doesn't matter, he's already stolen your destiny. That's why chosen ones must reject doubt, silence fear, and embrace faith. The awakening of September isn't about crushing you, it's about proving you're ready. The blessing delayed is about to be released, but only if you resist the urge to give up. Passing means acceleration, failing means years of spiritual drought. Picture a harvest field at dawn. The fruit is ripe, heavy, ready to be gathered. But if the chosen don't move quickly, the fruit rots in place. That's the urgency of this September prophecy. The destiny of the chosen has matured, the season of discovery has arrived, and the only barrier left is tonight's test. Evade the triggers, embrace the mindset, and the harvest becomes yours. Ignore it, and blessings rot into memories of what could have been. And yet, even this warning is a gift. It means the chosen of September still have time, hours, not years, to prepare, to pray, to awaken. The prophecy of the September change is calling. Tonight is the final gate. Cross it, and blessings flow without delay. Ignore it, and the door shuts until another season. Chosen ones, the urgency is real, but so is the promise, and the deeper we go, the more we'll uncover in the introduction, where the paradox, the promise, and the path forward collide in a way you won't expect. So here we are, September 18th, the night everything either breaks open or falls apart. The chosen of September are standing at the edge of discovery, and the last test spiritual of 2025 is pressing down. You've seen the signs, you've felt the shift, and you know deep down this is no coincidence. The prophecy has been fulfilled to the letter. Tonight is the climax. But now the decision is yours. Will you act, or will you let delay steal what's rightfully yours? I'll tell you the harsh truth. Blessings don't wait around. If you hesitate, the door closes. If you doubt, the harvest rots. That's why this message urgent has echoed through your spirit. You were chosen to hear it because you're meant to pass. The awakening of September isn't about punishment, it's about release, but only for those who step forward. And if you've listened this far, you already know you can't afford to treat tonight as ordinary. Now, I want you to think, what's the one thing you know you must do before midnight strikes? Is it forgiving someone, praying with intention, letting go of fear? That single act might be the very signal of discovery that proves you're ready. Don't put it off. Don't wait until tomorrow. Chosen ones act in the moment because they understand prophecy has an expiration date. Tonight is your deadline. Pass it and blessings pour out. Miss it and delay wins. But hear me clearly, this isn't a call to despair, it's a call to power. The chosen of September are equipped, prepared, and ready to overcome. The last test is not stronger than your faith, not stronger than your courage. And when you pass, you'll feel the rush of destiny like never before. Families healed, doors opened, health revived. Everything that seemed stuck will move. The September prophecy is not empty words. It's proof written in your own life story. So let me ask you, will you step into the blessing or slip back into delay? Will you rise as the chosen or watch another season slip by? The discovery of destiny isn't a dream, it's waiting on your response tonight. I challenge you, not as a stranger, but as someone who cares about your journey. Take this seriously, apply it, pray, act, refuse distractions, evade the traps. This is your night. Don't let fear rob you of decades of waiting. And before you leave, here's my final request. Don't keep this to yourself. Share this with someone who needs to hear the prophecy of September before it's too late. And if this message shook you, if it woke something inside you, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and stay connected, because this is only the beginning. The chosen who stay will discover secrets meant only for them. The last test is here. Will you pass?